What we want to talk about now is hospital indemnity plans. So we talked about the Medicare market big picture, and Luis does an absolutely phenomenal job at pulling all those different pieces together. And the book that he's got, if you get your hands on that, that is like the Medicare Bible for agents. So thank you, Luis, for that introduction into Medicare. And now what we want to do is talk about how to continue to protect our clients from out-of-pocket expenses. So as mentioned, my name is Nick Micheletti. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Heartland National Life Insurance Company. What we want to talk about now are hospital indemnity plans, why you should be selling them, where do they fit in the market. We'd also like to show you how to build one and then point out our quoting and enrollment tools for you to be able to get contracted with us and write our product. But why should you sell these plans? Well, here's the question. What's one of the biggest expenses on a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan? Hospital copay. It could be anywhere from $250 a day for 7 days, $350 a day for 5 days. So when we're putting our clients on that $0 premium plan, it's important that we point out those gaps in coverage and then we also offer a solution with it. If you are not offering a solution, all of the other agents that I'm training across the United States are offering a solution. So you don't want to be that agent only doing Medicare Advantage, not offering the hospital indemnity plan, having another agent come to that home and say, hey, Miss Jones, can I see your hospital card? And she says, what do you mean? What hospital card? Well, your other agent didn't show you about hospital indemnity plans and how they can protect you from out-of-pocket expenses on your Medicare Advantage plan? No? Well, let me talk to you about that, Mrs. Jones, and you can be sure that agent's going to come back during AEP and try to be the agent of record on that case there. So for anything, you know, as educators like we are, make sure that you are talking about this product and at least offering it to your clients. Let them tell you no. Because at some point down the road, you're going to get a call from one of your clients on this $0 plan thinking, you know, no out-of-pocket expenses, $0, everything is great until when? Something happens to your client and they're hospitalized and they get a bill in the mail for $1,700 and then they call you back and say, hey, this plan sucks. What's going on here? Well, and at that point you can say, well, Mrs. Jones, don't worry about that. You know, we actually wrote you a Heartland Hospital Indemnity Plan, so let me go ahead and help you file that claim, and you won't have to come out of pocket for any of those costs. Or you'll say, Mrs. Jones, you know, we discussed this during our appointment, and I actually have a declination letter where you signed off that you didn't want this coverage here. So we went over that. So protect yourselves not only, you know, from those questions, but from other agents coming into the home and trying to take that client from you. And by doing that, you're offering your client more well-rounded healthcare coverage and at the end of the day, putting more commission back into your pocket. What can you do with that commission? You can use it to buy more leads. You can use it for your overhead expenses. You could hire that admin that you've been looking for. So it is a brand new source of income for all of you by just educating your clients and letting them make that decision on whether they want to take this coverage out, or maybe they've got a bunch of money in a savings account somewhere and won't mind a $2,000 expense here or there. But as mentioned, with that Part A deductible, you know, that restores every 60 days. So that client could be out quite a bit of money when it comes to Medicare. You'll find that this product is really affordable. It's customizable, so you can see any kind of premium down from $30 per month up to $90 per month, depending on how you build it for your client. And what's great as well about our product is you can get them involved into the process. So when you've talked about it, you've went through that summary of benefits on that Medicare Advantage plan, you can actually pull up our quoting tool with your client and make sure that you're building the product, tailoring it to their individual need. And when you do that, it's going to help your persistency. This product is going to help your persistency because A, you're building a fence around your client with multiple products, so no other agent can come into the home. And we all know that having 2 or more products in the home makes it a client and not just a policy. So this product will help your persistency, and we all know the MAPD market is rapidly growing right now, and we've had a lot of success with our plan as the MAPD market has grown, and we'll talk very shortly about that. But to bring everything kind of full circle as far as where this product fits in the market, here's one of my favorite slides that my mentor Bill Ellsworth actually put together and he used in his presentations, but it brings it down to very simple terms. On the left-hand side, like Luis mentioned earlier, you're naked. Part A, Part B, prescription drug plan, there's no annual maximum out of pocket. You are naked. If you get a $100,000 bill, you're responsible for that 20% or $20,000. Something else happens down the road, you're responsible for that again. So original Medicare is not a solution. It's not the option for your clients. The option in the middle or the option in the right. Option in the middle here is adding a Medicare supplement plan to fill the gaps of original Medicare. And Luis talked quite a bit about that, so I won't go over it too much, but med subs are great options. Again, you're gonna know what you're paying each year with the Medicare supplement plan. With a Medicare Advantage plan, Part C, you're gonna have A and B, your prescription drugs built into it, and extra benefits like we talked about. So that's a great option as well. And most of those plans are $0 premium. But along the way, you're gonna have co-pays and out-of-pocket expenses that we need to make sure our clients are aware of, and then providing a solution to help fill that gap for them. So hospital indemnity plans pair incredibly well with Medicare Advantage plans to take away the largest out-of-pocket expense with those plans, which is the hospitalization copay. Again, Luis talked about med subs. Honestly, it's super simple, especially for those who are new. G and N, those are the only plans that you really need to know about going forward. 80% of our sales that come through our door are on a plan G. So a lot of people see all those different alphabet letters there and they get really concerned and overwhelmed with it. G and N. F used to be the Cadillac plan. It's gone away to new Medicare beneficiaries, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But there were 2 points that weren't talked about earlier that I wanted to mention when Luis was talking about Medicare supplement plans. You know, why do you see some of these clients paying $300, $400, $500 a month for their Medicare supplement? Well, A, they probably can't be underwritten to a different plan, so they don't have the birthday rule or the anniversary rule that you talked about earlier, which is in Oregon and California and Missouri. So they can't qualify, but you know, maybe at 66 years old, some life event happened to them and they were hospitalized and had open heart surgery or had a stroke. Guess what? They didn't see any bill in the mail after that. So if something like that happens, a life event like that, where you've had a stroke or a heart attack and you don't see a bill in the mail, most of these seniors aren't moving off of that plan. So one point I wanted to make there, and then also with med subs as well, you do have a trial ride option, which is if you start with a Medicare supplement plan, you know, maybe the premiums are going up and you're thinking about joining a Medicare Advantage plan, you can do that. And within the first 12 months, if you don't like that MA plan, you can come back to your med sub. So it's a little bit of a safety net there for our seniors. Yes, sir?
Even if it's a plan F?
Yeah, even if it's a plan F, yeah.
And without having to go through underwriting?
Yes, without having to go through underwriting. So a little bit of a safety net there on the med sup side. And also, if you're new to Medicare and you join a Medicare Advantage plan first, you can also move to a med sup as well using that guaranteed issue period. So just a couple of points I wanted to mention. We do offer med sups. If you happen to be in any of those gold states, we are offering a $300 per underwritten app bonus right now, trying to attract that underwritten business, which all carriers are going to be doing. So any of those gold states, if you happen to fall in there, that is where we have our Medicare supplement product. But again, where does the hospital indemnity plan fit in this market? It fits like a glove around Medicare Advantage plans to protect our clients from those out-of-pocket gaps in coverage. But what I like to make sure everybody understands is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to Medicare. There's just not. So depending on people's, financial situation or health status, people are going to make different decisions. So I like to use this example here. The lady on the top, she's willing to pay higher premiums in trade for lower out-of-pocket cost and nationwide provider choice that comes with original Medicare. What would she be an ideal client for? Come on, nationwide, free, med sup, exactly. The person underneath prefers to save money on premiums and doesn't mind high out-of-pocket exposure and limited provider network. He'd be more of an ideal candidate for a Medicare Advantage plan. So now what I'd like to do is just take 3 to 5 minutes to show you how to build this product around an MAPD plan. I go on road shows and I hear agents say, I know I need to be offering this product. I know it'll protect my clients. I know I can earn more income, but I just haven't. Well, why not? They didn't know how to actually position it and build it. So let's look at a $0 premium summary of benefits. And again, another point I want to make on $0 premium is that if you're taking someone from a group health plan who is paying $300, $400, $500 a month to a $0 premium MAPD, do you think that they've got the $30, $40 per month to spend on a product like this to help protect them? All day long they do. So $0 premium, summary of benefits. You can see inpatient hospital care, $340 copay for days 1 through 5. Ambulance copay on there, ER copay. So these are the out-of-pocket gaps that we're talking about, especially for the new agents in this room. But Mrs. Jones doesn't have to worry about that because we've got Heartland National's hospital indemnity plan that we're going to build around those gaps in the coverage there. So what we'll do is we'll build our product with a $350 per day benefit for 5 days. So your client can choose any dollar amount and any duration that we offer for the base plan there. So we are going to pay your client for being in the hospital, and they can use it to cover their copay. Maybe they got pets that they have to take or put into boarding. So it's an indemnity product. We're going to pay them exactly what they've signed up for. It does not actually coordinate with the Medicare Advantage plan, so they will get a physical check in the mail. And if it's in excess of what their responsibility is, they can do whatever they want with that money. We've added the ER benefits built into our base plan at $150 per admission. Add the $200 ambulance rider. All of that for $31.53. And in that event where your client experiences an accident or illness, ambulance to the emergency room and hospitalized, they're going to get a benefit check from Heartland National for $2,100 to help protect them from that $2,000 exposure. Yes, sir.
How is that treated for taxes when they receive that check? Is that taxable income?
I don't believe that it is. No.
Well, what was the question again?
He asked if the benefit payment would be taxable income.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The is if you're, which is not going to happen. If you're paying for the premiums pre-tax, the benefits are taxable. If you're paying it with after-tax money, then the benefits are.
In our products after tax.
Yeah. So, yes.
But to even drill on that a little bit more, I like to talk about the value of our product. So you may be thinking, well, maybe it just pays once a year, one and done. Well, our product restores every 60 days. So your client experiences that accident, they get a benefit payment for $2,100 from us. Divide that by your monthly premium, it would have taken your client over 5.5 years to pay more in premium than he or she would receive in benefit from having that coverage there. 61 days later, they're on the ladder cleaning their gutters. Fall off the ladder. Ambulance to the emergency room, hospitalized again for 5 days. Guess what? 60-day restoration period, our product has restored. We're going to pay them another $2,100 benefit. Divide that by your monthly premium, and it's going to take them over 11 years to pay more in premium than he or she would receive in benefit. So your client's going to experience possibly two scenarios here. They're going to get a bill in the mail for $2,015, or they're going to get a check from Heartland National for $2,100. Here's a copy of an explanation of benefits. I mean, we could pay claims out as of a $150 emergency room benefit claim, or this one right here was actually $18,600 that we paid out for a client who was battling cancer treatment. So just to show you the kind of range that this product can pay out in terms of benefit there. I won't take much time on these slides, but we know the Medicare population is booming. And what's happened that's helped our success here is the Medicare Advantage plan market has continued to boom as well. So you can see back in 2010, about 11 million Americans were on a Medicare Advantage plan. 2020, it's up to 26 million, or 42% of the total Medicare population is enrolled into a Medicare Advantage plan now. The Congressional Budget Office projects that by about 2030, over 50% of all Medicare beneficiaries will be enrolled into a Medicare Advantage plan. So if you are not offering this product now, you need to start doing it, because I'm training all of our agents to make sure that they're protecting their clients, or at least giving them that option there. MAPD penetration, you can see on the left-hand side, 10% of the population in those counties are enrolled into a Medicare Advantage plan. On the right side, 40%. So you're just seeing these numbers continue to grow and grow. Health savings accounts, or MSAs, I think that, I won't take but just a minute here, but we do need to acknowledge that there are medical or Medicare savings accounts out there. And our product can help position that plan to be very fruitful as well by adding the hospital indemnity. So make sure that you're aware there are MSAs out there, especially if you're in Texas or even Nevada here. I know that I've heard someone's from Texas, but Nevada as well, they do have these products out there. So we need to be aware of them as agents, because you will start to run into them. Here's where our product's available. So hopefully we're available in your state. Going over our benefits in just a few minutes here. Daily benefit, you can choose from $100 to $600 per day. You can choose any benefit period from 3 to 10, 15, 20, or 31. So you can pretty much match any Medicare Advantage plan, regardless of what area that you're living in. We do pay for observation at 100% of the confinement amount above for 3 per calendar year. And we have the ER benefit built into it, 60-day restoration period. Issue ages 18 to 85. Luis sells this product in the underage market as well, in the ACA market, to protect them from the gaps in those coverages as well. So do know it's a product that can fit that age demographic as well. We do have a guaranteed issue period between 64.5 and 65.5. So your clients take our product out within that age range with no underwriting. And that's available for our base plan and all of our riders outside of the lump sum cancer rider that will always need to have the health status or the health qualification. Household discount, 7%. We have unisex rates. We don't discriminate versus tobacco versus non-tobacco. And we were talking about rates earlier. We were talking about MedSup rates being a attained age product where the premiums will increase as you get older. This is an issue age rated product. So not only, may your client be able to qualify for it now, but also, not sure what happened there. That is the premium they're going to pay for the life of the policy. There we go. So what riders do we have that you can attach to it? Lump sum cancer rider, lump sum hospital confinement benefit rider, which plays really well in that underage demographic, outpatient surgery, skilled nursing. Our cancer rider has a recurrence benefit, so after it's been paid out once, your client goes through cancer treatment, they're in a period of remission, no longer having cancer, it'll build back up and restore. So another great feature of our cancer rider there. We also have the ambulance benefit rider. I see those attached to pretty much every plan that our new business department sees. We have a wellness benefit rider and a dental vision hearing rider. I won't go into the details of the dental vision hearing rider, but it is a nice add-on, and again, it doesn't coordinate with their Medicare Advantage plan.
Yeah,
So,
can I drop a question in real quick?
Sure.
I think I asked you this in Houston, but if you could give the room the answer again. When I'm writing the HIP plans, most of the time I'm wanting to write the ambulance for $225, $250. I'm wanting a little bit more than $200. Have you guys thought about offering different cost options for the ambulance rider?
100%. So there are some things, we've had this product available for about 4 years now, and what we're great at is listening to our distribution partners. So when we do give this product a facelift, we're certainly going to make the ambulance rider a little bit more flexible and allow more benefit to be paid out there. So where do you sell this? Well, you sell it on your MAPD appointment as long as you have that scope initialed. You can also sell it as a follow-up. Maybe you're running and gunning during AEP and you want to do it during OEP. You can sell the product all year round. Or maybe there's a MedSup that your client's sitting on and they can't qualify underwritten to another product and it's just becoming no longer affordable to them. So you can bring them to an MAPD plan, add our product, and give them a little bit more light coverage than they previously had and less out-of-pocket exposure. And then again, at the end of the day, what is this going to do for you? It's going to put more commission back into your pocket. So in this example here, 65-year-old, 5-day plan, $350 per day, $200 ambulance rider, and adding the $10,000 lump sum cancer rider, you can see the breakdown of the premium there with the household discount, $61.29. This is roughly going to put you in an annual commission of $350. So not only are you seeing those MAPD commissions continue to increase in pay raises, but if you start adding these to what you're doing, you're going to be leaving that home with a lot more commissionable money. And if you sell as little as 2 of these per week, you're going to increase your bottom line by over $35,000 annually. And then lastly, I'm going to run through some slides here on how you can present it during your MAPD appointment. As you're sitting down going through that summary of benefits, you're going to stop on the hospitalization copay, which you can see here, $340 for days 1 through 5. Mrs. Jones, that means if you're in the hospital for 5 days, you are going to be responsible for $1,700. But don't worry about those copays. I've got a plan that I'm going to show you at the end of our review here that's going to help protect you from those costs. Continue to go through the summary of benefits, stop on ambulance and emergency care copays. Ms. Jones, don't worry about that ambulance copay or that ER copay. I'm going to show you why you won't have to worry about that. Just don't let me forget. Continuing, outpatient surgery, $340 copay. Again, Mrs. Jones, don't worry about that. I'm going to show you a plan that can help protect you from that cost. So after you've done all of your review on the MAPD plan, you're going to close your booklet up and say, that's how your current program works. Do you have any questions? Well, you've already planted the seeds of over $2,000 possibly of out-of-pocket expenses that come along with this $0 premium plan. So they're going to turn back to you and say, well, how are you going to protect me from all those copays? Great, Mrs. Jones, thank you for bringing that up. When we started selling these plans back in 2006, we weren't really sure how the benefits were going to be paid out. And after a couple of years, we noticed our clients were paying quite a bit in out-of-pocket expenses when certain scenarios took place. So let me ask you a couple questions, Ms. Jones. Have you ever been in the ambulance? Yes? No? Well, if they haven't, well, Ms. Jones, if you had taken an ambulance, where would the ambulance take you? And 9 out of 10 times, they're going to say to the hospital, and you're going to say, but more specifically, what part? And they're going to say the emergency room. So now, Ms. Jones, you've already triggered 2 copayments on your Medicare Advantage plan. your ambulance copay, and your ER copay. Now, what did they get? Now that they've got you in the ER, one of two things will happen to you. They're going to stabilize you and send you home, or what else are they going to do? Admit you. They're going to admit you to the hospital, and that's going to trigger the most expensive part of your Medicare Advantage plan, that $350 copay for each day that you're in there up to 5 days. So that's why as agents, we make sure, we offer this product, and most of our clients take it, and we've seen a lot of success in terms of protecting them from it. So this would be how you could position the product during that MAPD appointment. Make sure you're planting the seeds of those out-of-pocket gaps in coverage and then offering a solution for them. And like I said earlier, some of our clients actually, or some of our agents actually use those declination letters if their clients are declining the coverage, especially if they're in that guaranteed issue period. So I know I'm out of time, but I want to see if there's any questions.
I haven't actually sold Medicare, but if it's not compliant to sell final expense on the same appointment, it is okay to sell this stuff with a Medicare appointment?
Yes, you just have to have it initialed on the scope.
On that scope of appointment, there's 5 products that you can talk about. I usually initial all of them. You're in the clear.
So FE is just not one of those?
FE is
5.
not one of them.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am in Southern California and we have 0 cost for any hospital. And that's probably why you're not in California. But with the supplements and for anything else, if I'm looking for another company to do hospital indemnity, are there any other reasons that I would sell to a Southern California person that has no co-payments?
Well, the DOI of California is a little unique, and they don't allow hospital indemnity plans, so that's why it's not there. It's one of the only states that are like that, but California is weird anyway. So.
Any product that may act, it's like that product. You do with that product in California.
You know, I think they sell like critical illness plans up to age 64. So you could maybe attach a critical illness plan, but again, it only goes up to age 64. So quite unique. But again, you can sell this product all year round. So if you're walking into a home where that person only has a Medicare Advantage plan, be the agent that says, can I see your hospital indemnity card? And when they say they don't know what you're talking about, bring this product up, and then be that agent that goes back during AEP and takes over that agent of record.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to share why I think this is so important. What's the copay for Part B drugs for cancer treatment?
20%.
What's the copay for radiation treatment?
20%.
It's usually a dollar amount, like $40, $60 each time. So when I sell this plan, I illustrate how much it's going to cost if you get cancer. And putting a $5,000 to $10,000 cancer benefit on here means they get a $5,000 check when they're diagnosed, put that in their bank, and they pay all their out-of-pocket costs with a debit card, and they don't have to pay for cancer treatment.
Sure, yeah, and cancer is going to be one of the biggest reasons your clients hit that maximum out of pocket. So we saw on here it was $4,500 annual maximum out of pocket. Maybe start with the $5,000 lump sum cancer rider to protect them from that exposure there, because we know we want our clients focused on how they're getting better and not how they're going to pay for their services. And additionally, cancer treatment typically spans more than 1 year. So if it's $4,500 and you're offering $5,000, maybe start with 10, because we know it's going to span more than 1 year, and you're going to have to satisfy that maximum out of pocket again the next year. So great points. Thank you. All right. Yes.
Do you have a standard generic declination letter on your website?
Not on my website, but I know I've given them to Luis before, so Luis has them.
I'll get it.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Thank you all very much.
Hold on, sorry. Okay, one more last thing. I know I always say last thing is never the last thing.